So a few weeks ago, my daughter's 8th birthday was coming up, and she had been obsessing over the movie Labyrinth, and she asked for some Labyrinth dolls. She already had a lot of 12-inch dolls, like Disney dolls, Barbie dolls. She had all the cars and the houses that go with it. And so I went and looked on the internet. I found some plushy dolls, and I also was able to find some like hard plasticky molded kind of things that didn't really move, or there was also these collectible art kind of things that were very expensive, but nothing like a doll that a little girl could play with. So I went and bought some, and I turned them into Labyrinth dolls, like I'll show you in a little bit. I posted those on Imager, and I immediately got back a bunch of comments about how I should have included more photos and better quality. So I decided instead of doing that, I'm going to make a YouTube video. And so that's what I'm going to do with my future project. So I started with this scene in mind. This is one of my daughter's favorite scenes, and I know this is a scene that she had in mind when she asked for the dolls, because I had seen her drawing it. So I went to the store to buy some dolls. The first, I got 3 different types. The first was this dark-haired one that was for the Jennifer Connelly doll, also because it wasn't smiling. I had to pick, obviously, a guy doll, and this one had a suit, and he was also not smiling. A lot of the Barbie dolls have their grinning teeth, and I didn't like that. It doesn't match the scene very well. And also, I got this third one that to use as a foundation for the dress, the white gown. Out of the box, we can see this doll has the right hair and the right face, but one problem we have is this downward pointed ballerina toe. This is not going to work. So instead we take that head and put it on this body, which has normal feet and has the beginning of the gown. So that head plus that body, this is the beginning of the Sarah character. We keep the blonde head because we're going to use the blonde hair for Jareth's hair, and we're also going to reuse the earrings. The white gown is strapless, so we have to cut off the straps and the embellishments. And also we're going to take some black enamel and trace along the hairline of the doll to recreate Jennifer Connelly's hairline. This is a distinguishing feature. And similarly, we're going to do the same thing to her eyebrows, because she had these big, crazy, sexy runaway eyebrows when she was 14. So this is the Jareth doll out of the box. And also make sure you keep the box. We're going to reuse that later. I'll show you how. First, ditch the jacket. Use some white enamel to do the eyeshadow and to paint on white gloves. Next, we use a razor blade to cut the pompadour bulge he has on the front of his hair. And this is where the blonde Barbie donor hair head comes in. We chop off this hair for Jareth, and you start laying it on layers, and when at first it looks terrible and stupid, and it will actually make you laugh. And it actually reminded me of a scene from Team America, which I thought was pretty funny. But so you just have to have faith that it's going to look cool, and you just have to keep adding layers, and it will look stupid for a while, but eventually it will all pan out. So at first I started using super glue, and it stuck to my fingers like crazy, and I switched to hot glue, and man, it made a world of difference. So speaking of hot glue, that's how most of the clothing is made as well. So we start with this frilly stuff. You take a loop of that, wrap it around your finger. It's about the size of a Barbie arm. You cut that off and hot glue it together. That's the beginning of the puff sleeve for Sarah's dress. I also did the same thing for the cravat, for Jareth's cravat. I just fold this back and forth. You hot glue them and you pinch them together and create these little pleats. The same with this. I have this glittery ribbon that I got. I hot glued that to the jacket. The same goes for the Sarah doll. You hot glue the puff sleeves to the arm, so they have that suspended look. And because she has a strapless gown, how does the gown keep from falling down? It's because she has hot glue on her boobs, keeping the gown from falling down. I also hot glue some of these little silver embellishments with a jewelry wire wrapped around them onto her hair. The Sarah doll is almost finished. Basically painted on some eyeshadow, some rouge, lightened up the eye color, and the eyebrows were just still not quite crazy enough, so I had to make them even a little thicker, and also glued some jewels to the top of the dress. So the Sarah doll is ready to go into the box, and I will go into how to make the box in just a minute. So for right now, we're going to finish up the Jareth doll. Really, we just need to focus on his hair. You just keep gluing the hair in layers. You keep cutting it. Glue some layers, cut it. You just keep doing this over and over. It looks a little better each time. And we're getting very close. And this is what it looks like right here when it's finished. It looks amazing. Like I told you it would. So this is the jacket. We got the embellishments on the jacket, glued a bunch of little jewels and whatever on there. It's just gluing the layers, teasing them out. So now Jareth is also finished. He's also ready for the box. The box is fairly straightforward. You just go to Google Image, you get some logos, you get an appropriate picture. So I printed one document where I had a couple of vertical logos for the spines of the box, and I had another one where I had a horizontal picture and text for the front of the box. The one thing you want to make sure is that you're printing on cardstock, not on paper. Print on cardstock, not on paper. You take the cardstock and you hot glue it to the box, to the original Barbie box, cover up the original Barbie logos, and it looks great. So Rowan, my daughter, got the Labyrinth dolls that she asked for her birthday. She was happy. I was happy to give them to her because she's the coolest little girl I know. My question to you is, would you like to have a pair of these dolls? The reason I ask is right after I made these dolls and took these pictures, I posted them on Imager to share them with some of my friends and family, and I was surprised to find that the next day I had like 700,000 hits. I got a lot of comments from people saying that they wanted a pair like this. So what I propose to you is, you like this video, share it, whatever, subscribe to this channel. If I get 1,000 subscribes to this video, to my channel because of this video, I will make another pair of these dolls, and I will randomly pick one of you subscribers and send you a pair of these dolls. So I hope to hear from you, and I want to make more projects like this, and thanks for viewing.